for the case against links advertising, the blatantly misogynistic advertising of it. Well, the first point I think to make is how rather than giving an idea of confidence to someone using the links product, as other products usually would, saying this product can help you be the person you want to be, it more encourages a kind of entitlement that the man applies the deodorant to him and waits, and sometimes doesn't even notice it's happening as women just naturally appear. He doesn't actually have to do anything about it. He hasn't done anything apart from he's put on links and expects women to turn up. I think that's quite a bad message to send, especially as confidence in, growing men. It's an important point, and it's a valuable and acceptable point that confidence is important. But just assuming you deserve things, that's counterintuitive, and that's not really how society works at all. And they've already got developing brains, and these young males are quite stupid. They are controlled mostly by hormones, underdeveloped brains, and they will do stupid things anyway. It doesn't help with something like this. It's already going in there and confusing them even more. It kind of sets up a cycle of disappointment, I think. If this man thinks this will happen when he applies links, or he enters a relationship maybe, and he thinks this is how women react. Women, will just surround him. But then, of course, that doesn't happen, and so in turn, he doesn't act like in the relationship how he should. His role in the relationship, and in turn, disappointing his partner, which in turn doesn't act how he thinks that she should have acted. Which in turn disappoints him, and everyone is just disappointed, which is not really what I think they want. And also, no one said anything in these linked adverts. If you put some deodorant, women turn up, and it's all just kind of all subtle and implied, kind of sexy things going on. But no one talks to one another, which I think lack of communication is already quite a big issue with these stupid people, these stupid children, and who will just see things. It reminds me of a lot of magazines are like, tips for how to get your man, and like, things that she wishes you knew in bed. And you think, if you actually just communicate with one another, none of this is necessary. Why are you secretly, reading about these things? When if you just spoke to one another like human beings should be, to build any successful relationship is completely based around communication. But no, again, it's just encouraging you to, do this and just expect things. And if that doesn't work, then clearly she's wrong. Just this connotations of taking women for granted, they will turn up when you apply this links deodorant to you, which of course doesn't happen. But even in a more, literal sense, you can't just expect, I've done something which should attract women, therefore it will. It doesn't matter what they think or how they feel about it. Which not only alienating, the women with these, these people who are being, again, stupid, and applying links, expecting it to happen, alienates women, which in turn are alienated by the men, and so this can have like a domino effect through like everyone they know. So they now have this view, this is how relationships work, is it? All right. And then their later relationships with other men who aren't influenced by this sort of thing can be affected because women think this is how they should act in these relationships. And you could just say, it's a little bit of fun, these adverts, because they are clearly not literally serious that if you put on this deodorant, women just turn up magically. But I think the border between a humorous little advert and an inappropriate advert, it's kind of confusing because in very recent history you've had adverts which were, genuinely misogynistic. You've had I think it was a classic ketchup advert, which is, this bottle with an easy twist-off cap. It's so simple, even a woman can use it. Which, which seems very inappropriate nowadays, but back then, culturally, it was fine. It was just, a joke at best, or just even worse, just an assumed thing. And I think in a few years' time, we could be looking back at these adverts and thinking, goodness, we've moved on a lot since then, haven't we? This really isn't how anyone should have acted, and I don't think this was acceptable at the time, and especially not now.